It's fascinating how sometimes people change, not by trying harder, but by remembering who they really are underneath everything else they learn to forget. It's a little like the story of a captain. Once there was a man who thought he was just an ordinary sailor, but the more he sailed, the more storms he faced, the more treasures he sought. The more he discovered the sea didn't shape him, he shaped the sea. He realised that certainty, freedom, and wild unpredictability, they weren't things he needed to earn. They were already sewn into the fabric of his being, like invisible tattoos only he could awaken. And once he realised that, everyone else started to see it too. Because reality, after all, is a mirror, isn't it? When you realise that beliefs, they aren't rigid walls, but sails you can adjust, you naturally start noticing some people, those who seem effortlessly magnetic, simply trust in the winds of adventure. They know life is a game, a dance, a grand exploration. They know that failure is feedback, that emotion is energy, that every risk hides a treasure. And if you knew that too, what adventures might you already be setting sail towards? Imagine this. There's a kind of person who walks into a room and without saying a word, shifts the energy, not because they shout or demand, but because they carry within them a quiet certainty, a playful chaos, a radiant unpredictability that says, come closer if you dare. And others do, almost helplessly. What if you're already becoming that person, simply by listening with your deeper mind, letting it soak in, without even needing to try? Charisma, it's nothing more than authenticity, amplified energy. Confidence, it's just the memory that you're always enough. Adventure is not outside, it's inside. Because it's funny how the mind works. The more you see yourself as a captain, a rebel, an adventurer, the more the world treats you like one. And here's the secret. People respond not to reality, but to belief. Your belief. So if your belief is, I'm the storm. If your certainty is, I'm the adventure. If your energy is, I create excitement wherever I go, then what do you think others must feel when they meet you? Can you already sense how it's changing even now? It's kind of like when you see a mischievous grin on someone's face. You just know, whatever is about to happen, you want to be a part of it. Mystery, playfulness, cunning, freedom, charisma, risk. These aren't things you learn. They're flames you reignite. And every flame feeds on certainty. The unshakable certainty that you are the adventure people crave. You see attractive people, the kind who bend reality around them. They have certain patterns. They move towards pleasure and opportunity, not away from fear. They treat setbacks as riddles puzzled to solve with a grin. They speak in playful riddles and vivid metaphors, painting pictures that others willingly step into. Because they understand something most people forget. Reality is fluid. Just like a ship can turn with the tide. Just like a captain can read the stars and find new lands. You can shift your identity, your emotions, your belief at will. You can even start doing it now, without even realising exactly how, yet feeling it happening, as naturally as the tide rising under the full moon. Now think of this. Every obstacle is just an opportunity in disguise. Every emotion, even fear, it's just energy that you can ride like a wave. And luck isn't random. Luck is what happens when you move forward boldly, smiling curiously, unstoppable. Because the universe rewards those who act without needing permission. And the truth is, you don't need permission to be magnetic. You don't need permission to lead, to shine, to play the hero of your own story. You never needed it. You can trust your instincts, knowing that even when plans change, you adapt faster than anyone. You can speak with humour and vivid imagery, because playful language creates emotional connection, faster than logical arguments ever could. You can reframe anything into fuel, fear into excitement, doubt into curiosity, chaos into opportunity. Because the Pirate King doesn't just survive the storm, he becomes the storm. And right now, the part of you that already knows how to be witty, charming, dangerous, playful, strategic, spontaneous, unpredictable, relentlessly optimistic, is waking up. Just imagine, what if everything you once thought you needed to learn was really something you only needed to remember? There's a kind of magic that happens when you stop trying to fit into the map and start realizing you are the map. You create the islands, the storms, the treasures, the legends. Everywhere you go, people feel it. The playful danger, the sparkling curiosity, the magnetic pull of someone who needs nothing, and therefore can have anything. Because when you trust yourself fully, you give others permission to trust you, follow you, crave your energy. And maybe you're already beginning to wonder, something inside, how naturally, how effortlessly, these beliefs are weaving themselves into the fabric of who you are. Like new sails catching a stronger wind. Wilder. As if you're always meant to lead, always meant to adventure, always meant to laugh in the face of uncertainty and say, bring it on. Because when you understand that you are the adventure, you don't chase treasure, you become the treasure.